Special greetings to those watching at ViaSat locations around the world. Eutelsat has employees all around the globe. We welcome them. Airbus Defence and Space, and all the other industry partners in Europe. Okay, here it is, what we've been waiting for, the countdown in French.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des deux EAP et décollage Ariane 237. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux. La propulsion est nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Well, no doubt about it. Night has turned to day, and the rumble in the Amazon jungle is that mighty Ariane 5 ECA. She's roaring out over Devil's Island. Take a look at that picture right now. 1 minute into flight coming up, and the Ariane 5 has already broken the sound barrier here in Kourou. The massive Jupiter facility that I'm at, we're going to start feeling it and hearing it, and here it is right now. I can begin to feel it. The massive Jupiter facility literally shaking as 1,300 tons of thrust breaks the Ariane 5 free from the bounds of Earth's gravity. 90% of that power is coming from the two boosters, burning 240 tons of solid propellant in 2 minutes, better than 2 tons a second. When the boosters have done their job, less than a minute from now, Ariane will be over 70 kilometers in the sky, racing away from us more than 1.6 kilometers a second. And that's faster than a speeding bullet. Information coming to us now from Galat. The
pilotage est calme, la trajectoire est nominale.
Right behind us here in Jupiter. The next major event, the burnout and the jettison of those two solid rocket boosters. That will happen at 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the flight. So about 10 more seconds.
La propulsion est nominale.
Give us the horsepower, and then they will extinguish and fall away.
Séparation des deux EAP.
And there you hear it from the
trajectoire nominale.
The boosters have done their job. We don't need them anymore. On the pad, the Ariane 5 weighed 780 tons. By the way, look at the pictures from a previous flight of the boosters falling away. We're down now to
La propulsion est nominale. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
That is Weight Watchers if you've ever seen it. In the rocket business, when you get lighter, you go faster, and Ariane is now really moving on out about 91 kilometers into the sky.
La trajectoire est nominale.
Watch the speed number. 9.3 is our target number. Next up, the jettison of the fairing. It's covered the satellites on the ground and protected us from friction in the early part.
Le pilotage est calme, la propulsion est nominale.
And we don't need it anymore. It is going to be separating in a couple of seconds. Aha.
Séparation coiffe, trajectoire nominale.
Hear the DDO say separation coiffe. The fairing falls away. There you see the great photos from a previous flight. We just lost another 2 tons. And with the fairing gone, ViaSat 2 is exposed to space for the first time. While the launcher is technically in space,
la propulsion est nominale.
A long way to go. I call your attention to the performance numbers on the screen, and you'll see that graph in the upper right-hand corner. The desired flight plan for Ariane 5, you'll see a dot moving along that line. We want that dot and that line to overlap each other perfectly. That means that our performance is nominal, and you'll keep hearing the DDO call out performance is nominal. The main cryogenic stage, or EPC, is burning. It'll burn for 9 minutes. The heavy lifting being done by the mighty Vulcan engine,
Le pilotage
gulping
est
down
calme.
320 kilograms, about 700 pounds of fuel a second. That's 500 times more than a jet engine that you probably flew down here to Kourou on if you're here in the audience. You look at the images again right now, they are animated images.
La trajectoire est nominale.
We have the first stage, and then you have the Silda, the black covering that is over the top of Eutelsat 172.
Propulsion est nominale.
And then ViaSat 2 on the tip of the sword as it makes its way on out toward orbit. You see again Galiot, the space tracking station that we have here in the local area. We're going to use 5 of those.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
We'll tell you more about those later. 537, you just heard the DDO say that performance is normal, and normal is good here at Kourou.
La propulsion est nominale.
Replays coming up in a moment. I could sit and watch replays of the Ariane launches all night
Il reste
long.
3 minutes de propulsion de l'étage à propulsion cryogénique.
Look at that raw power when those solid rocket boosters fired off. And once they do, the Ariane 5 is committed. It's going off that launch pad. 6:20 into the flight now. And the number one question I get from people is when I tell them, hey, you know, I'm going to French Guiana for a rocket launch, they scratch their head. They say, why French Guiana? Well, the Kourou Space Base is about 300 miles north of the equator. And the Earth rotates faster here than it does, say, at Kennedy Space Center. Thus, the Ariane 5 gets a huge boost from the Earth's rotation, allowing satellite operators to launch heavier payloads, add more fuel to their birds, increase operational life, meaning more revenue.
Il reste 2 minutes de propulsion de l'étage à propulsion cryogénique.
It pays more to, it pays off rather, to launch with Ariane space.
La trajectoire est nominale.
That's the bottom line. As we approach the 744 mark, that will be the next key thing to watch for. The Ariane 5 will be picked up by our tracking stations in Tau, Brazil. Tonight we're using 5 tracking stations. I told you about Galat, that is here, Natal in Brazil. Then out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is Ascension Island. We use that tonight. Libreville, Gabon, on the west coast of Africa. And
Acquisition de la télémesure Lancer par la station de Natal au Brésil.
And again, what happens is Ariane sends data to those ground stations, and that gives us the flight data in real time on how it's progressing. Later, engineers are going to pore over every single bit of that data to determine exactly how the vehicle performed every split second of its climb away from Kourou. And when we near 8:40, that's just a few seconds away, it'll be the cutoff for the main stage or the EPC.
La propulsion est toujours nominale.
You hear some of the calls from the DDO. And you're going to begin to see the flame on the end of the EPC begin to flicker.
Fin de propulsion de l'étage à propulsion cryogénique.
And
Séparation de l'EPC.
But it's separated. And the upper stage has fired.
Allumage de l'étage supérieur cryogénique. Trajectoire nominale.
And and everything is nominal, and that means the main stage has done its job. Great pictures from a previous mission of it falling away. It drops into the ocean off Africa. The upper stage will burn for about 16 minutes. We're going pretty fast
La propulsion
now.
est
Ariane
nominale.
5 is well on its way toward Africa. It's gaining speed by the second, and we again see some of the key personnel and VIPs here at the Jupiter Auditorium, located right below us. Most of the VIPs got here yesterday. They've been touring the base.
La trajectoire est
and
nominale.
the local area, and now they have the best seat in the house to enjoy